Okay, Tom.
Yeah, so my film's called Itinerant. Itinerant is basically a definition of exploring and discovering places when you're extremely lonely. And that just covers over. I formed the concept when I wanted to make my main protagonist feel like he's alone when he does have someone with him, but he ends up losing them, so he basically has to find something to fill that gap and discover something that he can find to help him out in his loneliness. That's my logline. In a world where unperceivable creatures roam the earth and threaten humanity, we follow two brothers who find somewhere safe to surrender. This is my inspiration, the Blair Witch Project, where it's basically a film where it's basically a documentary of three people in a forest hoping to find proof that there is a witch out there that kills people, basically. I wish to make my film appropriate to be in an age rating of 15, but I think that is subject to change, as it does include small amounts of horror, violence, and just overall might be a bit scary. And I wish to have it total. I want it to have a total runtime of an hour. I've taken inspiration from The Revenant as well, because I really love the cinematography. I'd love to get shots like that in the sunset or somewhere at night and just have something like quite eye-pleasing shots. Yeah. My first character is Albie, who's the oldest of the two siblings. He's the strongest of the two, and he wants to be a perfect father figure for his little brother, Newt. I feel like Dylan Minnette would be a perfect character to play him, as he has played in Scream, Let Me In and Don't Breathe, which was a film where he had to hide from something, which is perfect for his role. The second character is Newt, the youngest of the two. I feel like Owen Vaccaro would be perfect, as he does look very similar to Dylan Minnette. He'd be very scared and wanted to improve himself as a character as he builds up a good relationship with his brother without his parents. The third character is someone that is always keeping the two brothers on their toes the whole time without them knowing it. So there's always someone there without them actually knowing it. So I feel like Cillian Murphy or Ralph Fiennes would be a perfect character, or a perfect actor for that role. And obviously we've got the monster, which you never actually see on camera, but that is a concept basically. You'd never actually see it, but I feel like I'd have to show something so you guys can know what it looks like when it comes out. And these are relentless, so they're basically always on the hunt for the two brothers. I've also taken inspiration from A Quiet Place, because I feel like it's very similar to my story, because it's obviously a family that are on the run, and obviously finding somewhere safe to surrender, so I feel like that is very similar to my production. Obviously going over the cinematography again, I've spoken about some shots I'd love to include, such as wide shots, close-ups, passing transitions, and deep focus shots of the characters. One example would be when the two brothers are running. I'd love to get head tracking shots. I just feel like that'd be pretty cool to show. And why will people watch Itinerant? Well, Itinerant is a perfect example for the human, indomitable human spirit, as Albie does end up losing a lot of his family, so he loves to show how he can build himself up and recover from his loss. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there that the audience will be able to want to relate themselves to that character. So yeah, I think that's it. On the plot, I haven't quite finished that. Obviously I wrote about one key scene, and another key scene is yet to come. And the launch, I'd love to launch it just the day before Halloween, because I feel like it's on a weekend this year, so I feel like a lot of people might not be in work and they'll have time to go to the cinema, and obviously it's in the sort of scary sort of mood, so yeah, and it'll also be the day before a Sunday, so Sunday's a perfect day because obviously people won't be at work and they want to go to the cinema. But yeah, that's it.
Very good.